You know what? We can wait 5 more minutes.
2, 1. Welcome to Radio Free Cybertron. This is episode 600. I'm Brian Kilby. How are you guys doing? There's Chris. Hey, Chris. How's it going?
I feel like I'm 600 episodes old.
Jason, how are you doing?
I'm more like 500 episodes old.
Awesome. Matt. Yes,
What?
Diecast.
It's been a rough day, but I got the right medicine. So.
Excellent. Rob.
Ooh.
I'm here.
And Don.
I feel like I've done this for 1,200 episodes, and been here less than all of y'all.
Yeah. John is not here.
You've been here longer than I have, Don.
I like 6 months.
Yeah, but not by much. Basically, this is basically Radio Free Cybertron like 4.0. I guess when it boils down to it. Sorta.
I'm just trying to figure out what the delineation points are.
Okay, so we did the show for about 100 episodes between 99 and 04. Then, like, super sporadically, like an episode every couple years between that and 09. Then 09, we came back. It was me and JD. Then John and Chris came on. And it was basically that for a while. Then Peter came on. And I think when Peter and, like, Amy and Ender joined, I would say that was, like, 3.0.
Okay.
So
the 2009 comeback would be 2.0,
Yeah.
and then
like 20
when we started adding the new people, yeah.
like 2010 to 2012 would be like 3.0, and this is 4.03, I'll say.
And then we had the new 52, and then there was the all new Radio Free Cybertron.
And then, so 600 episodes, that's a lot. But if we'd been consistently producing content, we'd be like in the 1300s. So, yes. So, yeah.
So it's time to reboot the numbering to, draw in a fresh new audience.
Actually, podcasts don't work that way.
Neither do comics.
They don't.
But they certainly keep. Yeah, they certainly keep trying it.
Yeah.
Though.
Okay, here's the header for the show: number 600 in a 599 issue series.
No.
No. Actually, we'd be approaching episode 1200. Yeah, I guess that's right. So 20 years, 20th year, 20 times 52, is 1,040. So approaching 1,100. Yeah, you know what it is. For a weekly show, that would have been pretty good. How many other podcasts can say that?
We would have gone insane if we hadn't taken 7 years off.
Yeah, I know. God, let's do it again.
Okay.
So, actually,
Bye, everybody.
Don.
Start next week. Sounds good. Yeah.
Don, so your comment reminds me. I wanted to mention this last week, but I have it in the show notes for this week. A couple things I want to mention. One, Don Voy, Sean Hamilton, completed his 80-issue run of the Transformers Dawn of the Day. From issue 1 all the way through issue 80. I think that was last week. Every single day he has drawn a Transformers cover inspired by Dawn and us. It's pretty amazing.
It is.
So, now my Twitter profile is Bry Pentor, which is the Serpentor character featuring me, and I love Dr. Matt Bender, who was
Dr. Matt Bender is fantastic.
Dr. Matt Bender is fantastic. So, thank you, Sean. I would think you're crazy if I didn't know that you're not, sorta. But like when I tell people about it, it's like that guy's crazy. Like he's crazy like a fox, or not. But Sean, thank you so much. So he's already done Transformers versus G.I. Joe, which was of course just a 4-issue series. I love it when Don, the one where Goldbug, is destroyed, and we're you can't you can't have Don Bug without destroying Bumblebee or whatever he said. It was pretty great. Bumblebee. Now he's doing the Headmasters, which the Headmasters, as far as the original Marvel run, the best stuff.
Yes.
Outside of the UK comic.
Yeah, the 4-issue Headmasters is some of the strongest work from the Marvel G1 run.
Yeah, easily.
And I'm not being biased about that. It really is some strong stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sean, seriously, thank you. That it makes my day every single day when I see that. I check the RFC Twitter account more just because of that. So thank you. You're the man. A couple other notes I got here before I forget. So starting next week, I'm already planning on doing it. I'm gonna have a little more free time, I think, to make sure this gets done. The RFC Daily. I've been thinking about bringing that back. I made the decision yesterday that I'm gonna commit to it. And somebody today on our Facebook was like, "Hey, are you gonna start this thing back, or do I need to delete the Alexa skill?" Don't. I mean the ALEXA skill. So if you don't already have our Alexa skill, you can go to the store or the app thing and add it. And starting next week, we will be doing the RFC Daily. Can't guarantee it'll be every day because we don't have good news every day or even news to talk about every day. But every day there's news, it'll be daily.
You could split time between the RFC Daily and the Happy Daily.
Yeah, actually, that's sort of the thought. Maybe.
Where did
Put
you
them on
find
the
this
same
magical
feed,
extra?
too. You'll make everybody happy.
Can't talk about it yet, but I will mention it in post-show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's good. And, oh yeah, the year-end show's coming up. We'll record it at some point. I don't know when.
Maybe sometime in February.
What we normally try to do that in like either the last week or first week of January. I think we tried to do it for the Christmas show 1 week a couple years ago. I don't think that ended up being the best time for it, but it's the
well, depending on who you ask, there's never a good time for it.
Yeah, I know, right? So is this one where I just need to get Eric on, and Eric and I just run through this? I'm sure Eric would do that.
Yes.
Huh. There might be a concept there.
This is the RFC alternate. What was the name of your third-party RFC podcast that you did, Jason?
Crap.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's what it'll be. But that's what where we recap the entire year. So normally I try to track the show notes and I make copies. I have been overwriting our show notes all year, so I'm going to have to go through the entire year's worth of Google Docs revision history. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, that might just be a good reason to not.
I'll probably just go through TFormers and look week over week. That's probably what I'll do.
We got to make a mental note for next year to fix the show notes.
Why? Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. We're going to look back at this stuff and say, that was this year? That wasn't last year? Because this year, it seemed like it's just gone on.
It happens every year.
It's just like...
Which is nice. Which is one of the reasons people actually like the show. It's a reminder of everything that happened. It's not our most popular show of the year, which is usually Toy Fair, but it's like second usually. So it's
Toy Fair is the most popular with us too.
Yeah, that is true. Can't get here quick enough. Okay, so
2 more months.
2 more months.
Look, brand new toys.
Unicron.
Look, brand new toys
Omega.
Yeah.
Look, brand new toys that we won't be able to find for months.
Okay, let's.
Oh yeah, but like a whole slew of brand new Power Ranger stuff from a completely fresh team.
Yeah.
True.
And I'll be honest with you guys. Like RFC's kind of been the in a lot of ways like the Hasbro show that we do. Like we'll mention G.I. Joe stuff when it ever happens, and we've mentioned Marvel Legends. If it's a robot and Hasbro makes it, or even if it's not a Hasbro product like third party, or whenever there's anything machine robo related, we talk about it. I'm all for mentioning Ranger stuff as long as we can keep it semi-robotic. So
it's. And I'll be honest, Brian. If you want to spin off Radio Free Cybertron, and you want to have a show just for Power Rangers, I'll be glad to be part of that.
I don't think he was talking a spinoff. I think in my mind, what I thought he was saying is let's mention the top 2 news articles in Power Rangers in the Transformers show real quick at some point.
I'm fine with that. It gets inserted anyway, and when it's robotic and all that stuff, I think people are fine with it.
Well, I was just thinking if there winds up being more meat on the bones of this new line that could maybe have some in-depth discussion on it, maybe it would be a possibility.
I would have to get Chris's permission, and I don't know that I even want to ask. So
I like Tony B's suggestion in the chat. Do a show where we recap what Diecast got for the year.
Oh, that's going to take a while.
World's longest clip show. Let's do it.
God, yeah.
Yeah, okay, and then we'll be like Cartoon Network, and when the first one will be like his stuff that he bought in like June, July, and August will be the first episode. And if you want to find out what he bought, you have to wait to the end of the season to get the first 3 months.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I guess let's go ahead and move along to what we got this week. I'm usually quick about this. I'll just start off. I got the rest of Siege, Wave 1. So I got Optimus, Megatron, Cog, and what else was I missing? The Micromasters? Or the, whatever. So, God, I hate myself for how much I like Optimus and Megatron. They are excellent. They are genuinely excellent.
I don't hate myself for how much I like Megatron, but I'm trying to avoid getting Optimus because I probably hate myself for liking that.
They're both so great. They're so much better than the figures that we got in Power of the Primes. They're phenomenal. So they're tighter. They're just better designed toys. They're excellent.
You're a little off frame with the toy there.
Yeah. God, I just love this so much. So actually, I guess it was Titan's Return was the last time we got Voyager class. I still like them better than Leader class toys too. But actually, I guess we got a Voyager Megatron in Power of the Primes and a Leader Optimus. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
So they're so great. Plus, was I missing another deluxe? Let's see here. Cog. I guess it was just Cog that I was missing. Cog's okay. I haven't used it. I haven't expanded any toy yet with him. But he's okay.
Oh, you're missing out.
Yeah, that's kind of the secret to Cog right there.
Yeah.
And Cog is actually the secret to Siege in its entirety.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But I probably need to get another one.
Yes.
Yeah. So I can have one that's a robot and then one that's weapons.
No. You need to get another one so you can put 2 of them on one toy.
That's I guess
Well,
you're right.
Just wait till 6 Gun comes out, and then you'll have Cog and 6 Gun.
No, you get 2 or 3 of Cog, then you wait until 6 Gun comes out, and you can get 6 or 7 of them, and you put them all on one toy.
And 11 or 12 of Brunt.
There's a Cogswell Cog joke in there, but I'm not.
No, there's not.
Fishing for it.
Yeah, you just did, Don. So congratulations. So yeah, that's what I got. Very happy with the Siege so far. I wasn't decrying it like some folks. Matt just dropped off. So I'm actually, other than the fact that it exists and I have to buy characters again that I already have, except for Cog, in Flywheels, I'm loving Siege, which I was hoping that I would not have to buy toys and that I could just get by, maybe being a Masterpiece collector. But I don't guess that's happening.
Not that would be cheaper.
It's not any cheaper, trust me.
Yeah, it is. If I'm buying Masterpiece and I'm buying the main line, if I'm just buying Masterpiece, that's by definition cheaper.
No, Masterpieces are so expensive now.
$450 now.
No, Masterpieces are so expensive now that they've actually broken math. So even if you just buy Masterpieces, it's actually so more expensive than buying Masterpieces and another line in addition to them.
Oh, hey, there's Matt. So I thought Matt dropped
off.
Matt's
been here the entire time.
Okay, so for whatever reason, he dropped off my screen. John's not been on.
John's not here this week.
Yeah.
Well, I thought John. I said
John just signed on.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, he said he'd be around for post-show.
Oh, God. Yeah. So going back to just our old life. So Matt went away on my screen. If you see the video, he's gone, and he's there now. But he also disappeared. You know what that was? That's what we used to call a net split. So the new Skype is prone to net splits, apparently.
It has been for a while.
Great. Okay, so...
But so, I guess you, me, and Rob were able to all get the Hasbro Toy Shop deal for the deluxes.
Yes.
I hate you all.
I'm okay with you all. It's fine. I still love you all.
I didn't...
Okay, well,
I
don't
got
hate
Hound. The other ones were sold out, but I did get Megatron and Prime and the other weaponizers and Power Masters, or whatever you're calling them, that I was missing.
little robots. Just probably the
Little
easiest.
robots, the tiny robots.
Yeah, so I picked up Hound and Cog. I mean, like, Hound I was kind of iffy on getting anytime soon, but, like, for $10 and free shipping in an order with Cog, and then 20% off on top of that, like, yeah, sure, I'll buy this toy that I think is redundant. Hound's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. And I thought I was going to hate him.
I mean... the black nylon plastic that's in a lot of the hinges and other joints is a little bit gummy for my preference. It makes some of it not work super solidly. I don't think they really accounted for the tolerances of that. But like overall, though, it's really nicely designed, and hopefully a redeco of it later on will have the plastic be a little bit more shored up so it actually works more to how they plan the tolerances to be. But I like it.
Yeah. Of course, yeah, if you got the whole wave, basically you got all 4 figures for less than the price of 2. And I could not really pass that up. I was not expecting to dislike Hound, but I kind of saw him as redundant because Universe Hound is still just excellent as far as I'm concerned. And
I like this better.
I'm going to have to pull the Universe Hound back out and see how I feel about that, because I remember being really fond of that toy. But I can justify having both without any trouble at all. I really like that Hound. And yeah, like Chris was telling you, Brian, the secret to Cog is I wasn't really big on him at first either, because for one thing, mine has a slightly loose leg that likes to fall off a little bit. But then I sat there and attached him to Sideswipe like 5 different ways in the space of 10 minutes, and then I understood everything. And then it worked, and then it was great. So
yes, the universe opened and expanded before you, and it was like you had only seen for the first time in that moment.
Yes, thereupon the collector was enlightened. So yeah, so definitely, play with Cog when you get a chance. Mess around with him, attach him to other things. It will definitely help. The one Sideswipe also just excellent. I don't really know what to say about him except that he's really good for attaching Cog to. He does not do anything wrong. He's a really solid Sideswipe, and he looks good in robot mode. And sadly, the one that I think is weakest out of this wave is probably Skytread, because I just can't quite get the tank mode to hold together on mine. The turret does not really want to assemble.
Yeah, so that's a thing across the whole production. There's 2 tabs inside the legs. They're not even tabs, they're like ridges in the plastic. They're not visible in either mode, and I understand if you shave those down, it will make the whole thing lock together more solidly in tank mode, and it doesn't present in the robot mode either, so there's no harm in actually making that quick modification.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. Cog is pretty cool.
And then I ended up ordering the Airstrike Patrol, the Decepticon Minicons, Micromasters, damn it, and Lionizer from Amazon when they were in stock at retail. All of which is now back to marketplace sellers for like 2 to 3 times
like
retail price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Universe Hound, I think Universe Hound is a beautiful toy from just like in imagining like what I think the character should look like in toy form. But I don't think so. It's an okay toy, but it's a beautiful toy.
Fair enough.
Think in the context of the deluxes from Universe 2008, it's a really good Transformer.
Yeah.
Because, compared to, we'll just set aside Galvatron, because Galvatron's a bad example of everything.
Anything, yeah.
But, in comparison to that Sideswipe, or even Cyclonus, Hound beats out that Cyclonus a little bit in just general flexibility.
Oh, yeah.
Ratchet and Ironhide, Hotshot. Like, Hound's up there in terms of being a good Transformer and a good action figure versus the other stuff in the line it was released in. Has it been outclassed by other stuff since? Yeah, definitely, and even a few things that came before it were probably a little bit better, but like I can certainly see why anyone would hold up Universe Hound still as a pretty good toy.
So that Universe Sideswipe is one of the few Generations toys that or Chug toys that I don't have. So with Siege Sideswipe out, I wonder if that's driven down the price of the original toy.
I mean, if I can find, I had Universe Sideswipe on the shelf on the wall behind me up until I started doing one of the rounds of reorganization, and then I probably went into a container and out somewhere. If I can find that, I will sell it to you for like $15.
Yeah, I will buy it from you. Okay. So let me know.
Yeah. I'll work on that as time permits and get back to you on that. But like surprisingly enough, I'm totally okay with having the new Siege one be the Sideswipe for my collection because like it's not. I talked about this before. It's not like imaginative or anything, but it's good at doing what it's doing, and I'm fine with that.
Same
we'll
here.
likely get a G2 version also when that happens.
Mm-hmm. And I think I'll be happy with the Red Alert.
I'll get Red Alert if Toy Hacks does a sticker set to put English Fire Chief car markings on instead of the Cybertronian text ones the toy's going to have.
Yeah. So I was working at the children's home when, like right after that Sideswipe came out, and I remember somebody donated Sideswipe as a toy for the kids for Christmas. And it was one of the toys that they ended up not giving to the kids for Christmas. It just went into storage. I really weighed whether or not it would, be morally wrong to go and buy a Transformer off the shelf at Walmart and trade it for that Sideswipe. And I ultimately decided that the person, probably nobody would care, but I couldn't live with myself doing it. I could have asked for permission, and my boss would have just told me to take it. But yeah, I missed out on it for some reason. Never found it. Never got it. Same thing.
See, what I probably would have done is buy 2 toys to swap it for.
Or buy one of a higher value.
Yeah, I guess that makes more sense. Yeah, dang it. Should have asked you guys.
Buy Universe Onslaught and trade that for the Sideswipe.
Oh, Universe Onslaught's so good.
Yeah, it's a really good toy.
It's a good
so
toy.
Remember to come to us for all your moral bargaining needs from now on.
I wasn't communicating with you guys at that point. I don't even know that I even knew you. I don't even know that I knew you at that point.
I'm not sure you did at that point.
Not.
Probably not.
Wow. No, because I either you connected directly through me when I recommended Rob to come on one of the shows, or through Twitter, which probably also would have been through me.
What about LiveJournal? Were you on LiveJournal, Rob?
No, never did LiveJournal.
For whatever reason, my mind, other than Chris, I feel like I know you from LiveJournal, but obviously that's not the case.
No, I might have. If Chris had talked to me about you at that point, I might have commented on your LiveJournal anonymously at some point. Which,
what's your problem? Why are you such a crazy person?
I don't even remember knowing that Kilby had a LiveJournal then, so it's unlikely.
Yeah.
So that was probably not it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So Rob, Chris,
I don't think I would have had any reason to tell you about Kilby before RFC came back either.
Yeah, I think it was like we right after RFC came back, we hit like a major anniversary for FigureReviews.com, and you had me on for an interview, which was extremely awkward on my part. And gradually, it was probably the first time I'd done anything like this, and then gradually I got better.
Chris,
that's pretty much what happens.
Chris, if a couple years before that you'd moved into me, just imagine how different our lives would have been.
Yeah, that would have been awkward too.
Okay, so did we cover you guys?
Not in full detail. Okay. Rob, if you got anything else, you can go.
No, I've covered everything I've got. I guess I may as well ask before we move on from the Siege Deluxe's diecast. You said you got them too. And any thoughts?
I'm so bad. I only opened Sideswipe and Hound. I didn't open Cog yet, and I didn't open Skytread. But I do like the Prime and the Megatron. The Megatron, the head that doesn't stay up is a little bit disappointing. That panel likes to fall down. But other than that, it's a pretty decent Megatron. The tank was actually more complicated than you would think to get it into tank mode.
So
I kept looking at the...
Are you saying his head does this?
Yeah.
Mine doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it did that. As far as like droop, mine is solid.
You just tapped it and it went down. And
yeah, I mean, I tapped it, but like the friction holds it in place.
Oh, okay.
For now.
Yeah, mine's a little looser than that probably. So
gravity's like hold my beer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I also got...
I thought gravity was supposed to hold my beer.
I also got one little tiny turbo changer from a certain preview movie that I went to.
Which we'll talk about here in a few minutes.
That we'll talk about. And I also got... My friend Rob had some bot shots, and he went with me to that movie, and he traded me bot shots for the movie ticket.
Nice.
BotBots. That's right. So... I got the computer guy, which is the one I really wanted.
This is a bot shot.
Oh, nice.
He just looks like that. He's nervous that someone's going to go through his browsing history.
Incognito mode.
The voice of experience.
He was looking at Fans Toys RC, if you know what I'm talking about. But
no one knows what you're talking about.
I only got a couple things this week. I also got the the animated Prowl?
Yeah, animation.
The plus.
Animation.
17+.
Which I'm not too big on these, but the blue windows on this guy just looks absolutely fabulous. So I had to pick it up. It just really pops, and I knew when I put it on my display shelf that it would really look nice.
I have enough of that mold already. I canceled my pre-order for it.
Oh,
I have 6 of them now.
Yeah.
And then I also got another.
Diecast, I know what you're saying about the blue windows popping, but the lack of detailed markings on the car really just make it look bland.
Yeah,
it's not bad in robot mode though.
Yeah, I actually would hope for a Toy Hacks upgrade to actually fill in the missing police markings.
And then I think this has a Toy Hacks upgrade. This is the Power
that has
several.
Yeah. So he was on Amazon for like $13 or
didn't I get you one of those already?
Yeah.
So that alone with
so you got
Toy Hacks
specifically to do an upgrade kit.
Yeah, that alone with Toy Hacks you can do an Inferno, a Fire Chief. Thank you, Toy Hacks, for that, by the way.
Heatwave.
Pyro.
Thank you, Heatwave and Pyro. At least those 4.
And I think they actually have an Inferno set for Inferno too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it doesn't make sense why they're so cheap on Amazon because there's so many upgrade kits.
Convenient though.
You remember when Universe Hardhead, that third-party add-on came out for that? Yeah, that basically made that toy skyrocket in value. To that point, I'm amazed that Inferno is still so cheap.
So yeah. I believe in my case, I got that upgrade kit, or I knew that was coming out, and I was able to find Hardhead at a Ross or a Marshall's and get that for like $12 to go with the upgrade kit, which I think was like $35.
What else did I cast?
That was it. It was a slow week.
Yeah, slow week. Okay. Slow week. Jason, you have anything?
I got the pleasure of walking into my Target, walking down the aisle, seeing pegs full of toys, and it was a restock of Wave 4 of Power of the Primes.
Yeah.
So, Purge of the Primes, everyone. Yes. Don't forget Purge of the Primes.
And it's pretty close to the time when...
the cutoff for Toys for Tots.
Yeah. So, yeah, be careful about that. Matt.
Yes. I got BotBots this week.
Awesome.
Oh, good. Are you sure you don't mean bot shots?
No, I still have no bot shots to this day.
I love bot shots.
I only have like 2.
I have all of them, I think.
I have a few.
So I walked in and saw some blind packs in my Walmart one day, and so I picked up a couple, and then the next day I went to the other Walmart and picked up a couple more. So I have a little boxing glove.
I love that one.
And a little chocolate bar.
I love the name for that one. That's Remorsal.
I have both a soda and a slushie.
Hey, Matt, I missed the boxing glove. What is it?
Some scissors and a bar of soap.
What, Don?
Is the boxing glove green? I hope.
No.
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 Oh,
Why would it be green?
It's red.
Green Lantern. He's known for a green boxing glove.
Well, it
Paint
wouldn't be translucent anyway.
What Green Lantern is known for a green boxing glove? The first Green Lantern was Kyle Rayner, and he was amazing and did all these awesome, imaginative.
Yeah, he certainly wasn't boring like other people that came before him.
Okay.
Oh, we lost Matt.
See, I told you.
Oh, I thought we hung up on Don.
No, we didn't. Thank you. So, by the terms of service, I'm supposed to thank Skype every 15 minutes for using it with the podcast. So, thank you, Skype, for disconnecting people and randomly, having connectivity problems. We appreciate you very much.
I guess while we're waiting for Matt to get back, although I kind of want to wait and do this while he's here, so I guess I will just hold on that still. I got two things before we end the segment.
Okay, so as far as BotBots go, I really need to display what I have.
Mhm.
But for some stupid reason, I decided to go in for all of my crayons and put them together. So I'm looking at like over 100 of these things that I am just going through one by one and putting together and finding holes on my shelf to stick them. And no,
Oh, that sounds bad.
I know,
That sounds
right?
bad.
And not only am I doing that with my crayons, I'm doing it with all of my Lego minifigs as well.
Oh,
So there's a period of time when I was really into the blind pack minifigs. So I have so many of those things, not just from kits, but like from like all 16 series or whatever it is. So yeah, it's gonna be when you guys come visit again. It's gonna be ridiculous in here.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
By that point, I'm going to have to sleep in that room too, right?
Well, so there's no guest room now. Well, I guess upstairs. I guess
We'll find
I'm
it.
sure there's some closet space you can tuck him into.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We'll find an Airbnb or something.
So the girls now. So the room that Diecast crashed in the last time, I guess multiple times at this point. You've crashed here several times, haven't you?
Yeah.
So that room is now the girls' room, but the guest bed is upstairs in the girls' playroom. We need a bigger house with a gigantic basement.
But I mean, if that doesn't work for you, Diecast, the place Matt, Don, and I stayed this past year actually was really nice. And if you do some looking on the Expedia or whatever, those kind of sites, you can actually get a pretty cheap nightly rate for that.
Yeah, you probably get a
It was
discount.
Matt, the place we stayed in North Carolina this year was actually really, really nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Especially for how cheap it was.
So Matt's back. Matt, did you see us disappear, or did you crash, or have you always
I
been
crashed,
here?
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you, Skype. So,
Oh no, it wasn't Skype.
oh, that's good.
no.
No, so like by the terms of service, I'm supposed to thank Skype every 15 minutes. So I was thanking them for the crappy quality of service. Hey, so finish. What other BotBot stuff do you have?
So I'm not sure where I dropped off actually.
The scissors and the soap, maybe?
Yeah, the scissors and the soap were the last one.
Okay, you didn't hear me swear whenever I cut off then immediately after that. Excellent. And okay, my two favorites, the cup of hot chocolate is just fantastic. And the best one, the bar of deodorant called No BO. This should be given away at every convention as, an attendee figure.
That should have been a convention exclusive.
So we've been talking about that for years, and some podcast or some YouTube channel actually finally did it at a convention we went to a couple years ago. I kind of hate that, we never actually pulled the trigger on it. Now, if I did it, even though we came up with the idea like 10, 12 years ago, I would feel like I was copying them.
Be seen like copies.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Okay, Chris.
Well, no, I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're
That
not
was
done
all
yet.
No, that was all the BotBots that I got. But I also got animation Masterpiece Prowl. And Diecast is absolutely right. The blue is just fantastic against the white on this guy.
When the original Prowl came out, I thought it was a revelation. I thought it was such a brilliant toy. That was 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know. I don't know how well I think it's aged.
I think that one aged
It's
Prowl
still pretty
aged
wonderful.
better than Sideswipe.
Oh, yeah, Sideswipe sucks.
Yeah, I still like Smokescreen the best of the Three Dotson brothers.
I like the silver, no, the blue streak. I think is my favorite that I have.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Blue streak tends to be really pretty, so I mean that's understandable.
Yeah.
And he's still affordable too,
Yeah.
amazingly enough.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I got some Super Mini-Pla kits in the mail.
Ah.
Ooh.
Was that the movie Power Ranger?
God.
Well, season 3 stuff and Ninja Sentai Kaku Ranger. So yeah.
Gesundheit.
So yes, these will fill me with hours of fun sometime this week.
Matt, tell me how hard to put together the Shogun Megazord is. I'm on the fence about getting that. It's just me and my kit abilities are just not that good.
I mean, I haven't had any problems putting any of the other sets together.
Yes, but you probably didn't fail high school shop class. I did.
No, I did not.
So there's a slight difference there.
Luckily, no shop tools are required to put together a Super Mini-Pla kit, Don. So I think you're okay.
I made a high D plus. So yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Cool. Anybody else have anything? Don, you don't. Rob,
I got
to Rob.
snow. I got
How
lots
much
of
snow?
snow.
How much snow did you get?
We were right at about 11 to 13 inches, depending on where we checked.
They were calling for 16 here potentially. We got 6.
We got 11 inches when I checked in town, and it was about 13 on top of the Honda when I checked here. Once I get back in the parking lot.
Okay, Chris, you were saying.
Yeah. So finally, I got this.
What is that?
Power Rangers Legacy Gold Power Staff.
Oh, it wasn't
Oh, it did
broken or
show up.
anything?
No, it was not broken, fortunately.
Everybody
This
should
thing is
own
like-
one.
It's like 3 feet.
Yeah.
3
Wow.
feet and it weighs about 5 pounds. You could literally bludgeon someone with this and really
Yeah,
mess
you
them up.
could. Yes, you could.
It's got all kinds of sounds and flashing lights, which I don't have turned on right now because they make quite
Thank
a
you.
racket.
So, do you think Hasbro's going to
and
continue? Do you think Hasbro will continue with like the RP style toys?
I'm hoping they will. I mean, they're already gonna roll forward with doing the legacy style action figures, so I'm hoping Toy Fair will be some announcements of subsequent entries into the legacy weapon series.
yeah, I mean,
Because there's still
they-
plenty of stuff they can tap into.
yeah, and they do role play items for Marvel and Star Wars, so
Yeah.
I don't see why
Yeah, that's right.
Power
True.
Rangers
Yeah,
would be any
Transformers.
different.
You're right, they do, and they're pretty good about when copying whatever they buy. They did that with Marvel Legends from Toy Biz and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they will recognize too there is fan demand for this and still some expectation of some things that have not come out yet. Probably not the Titanium Morpher, sorry Don. But, just like with their action figure lineup, I think it's something they're going to look to try to fill the holes that Bandai left behind before they start retreading the ground that's already been covered as much as it's practical.
Cool.
So that is courtesy of Gigabeetle, who sent me the money for that, and it basically turned into a early Christmas present. And then I bought this from Barricade on Twitter. This is the Fize phone from the Kamen Rider Zeo line. So it's supposed to be like a little watch face thing. That's the gimmick for it. But this one actually click the button on top, and it unfolds out to be an awkward little phone like Fize's Fize Gear phone.
Neat.
Donald like the sounds. But it also is a little gun like the Fize phone could be originally.
Nice.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
Oh,
sweet.
that's great.
on a cell phone, it turns into a gun. The cell phone has replaced like the stereo. It's replaced like cameras. It's replaced so many things. When is it going to replace like the phaser?
Are you 100% sure there isn't a phone that also is a taser? Because I would not be surprised if that's a thing.
Could be. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably not something that's on the American market, but I bet you somewhere in
No.
the world that would be a very
Useful.
popular item.
True.
I'd
Yep.
wear down the battery really fast.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yep.
Anything else? Anything else?
No, that's good.
Okay.
I just wanted to bug you with some off-topic stuff.
That's cool. Big news. Okay, so mentioning snow. So I did not go see Bumblebee because the snow was supposed to start. It was supposed to start like right before the movie started playing. So I just got a refund on my ticket. Didn't get to go see it. By seeing it, I'm talking about the early 2-week advance. Really weird showing that they're doing for Bumblebee. So I guess they're really trying to get some positive buzz going because they expect to get slaughtered at the box office, which
Yep.
they probably will.
Oh yeah, especially Spider-Man's getting huge reviews right now. So
Yeah.
not that Bumblebee isn't, but
But yeah, I didn't go, so I missed out. And by all accounts, it's excellent. Diecast, you saw it.
I saw it.
We
It
know you
was
have
good.
we know that you have an interesting history when it comes to liking these movies. Your favorite one is the worst one, right? Still Dark. Still Revenge of the Fallen.
I don't know that's my favorite.
You said as much in the past.
yeah, many
Yeah, I
times.
mean it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's
for
still
what I
the,
like.
still the worst one.
No, I still think which one? Not the last night. The
Age of Extinction.
Age of Extinction.
Age of Extinction. I still think that's the worst one.
I mean, that's pretty bad.
It's pretty
Yeah.
bad. But Bumblebee. So no spoilers. But so what is it that makes this different than those movies? So how many semi-obscured like rectums did you see in this?
0. There was no
How many protracted fart jokes were there in this?
there were no fart jokes.
Dangling testicles?
Yeah, how many testicles did you see in this?
I don't
Dangling or
remember
otherwise?
any, but I don't want to misquote. It definitely was a family Transformers movie, which is the first one that I've seen in the theater. So, it was pretty good. It's like a smaller scale movie because there weren't a lot of Autobots, there weren't a lot of Decepticons. So if you're used to that big dynamic of a lot of robots fighting in the movie, you don't really get that.
That's the worst part, so that's good.
But
yeah, we've had enough of that.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that instead of having a big robot battle spectacle, we actually got like some focus on characters instead?
yeah, and it was shorter, which was
Oh,
good.
thank God.
I think that was good. I mean, I think we knew the runtime was going to be about an hour and 54 minutes, which was pretty short for a Transformers movie. They had security in the theater that Paramount hired just to make sure that no one was like recording it or anything. And security guard made sure to tell us, Paramount sent me here to make sure nothing happens so we can continue to have these types of events.
How many protected statuses were singled out and ridiculed in this movie?
How many?
I don't know what that question means.
I do.
So yeah.
How many
never mind,
protected
never mind.
classes were made fun of?
Okay,
like
never
socially
mind.
protected classes.
So yeah, good.
I guess still doesn't know what that
Yeah,
means.
I don't
somehow.
think any.
Okay, good.
And I do like that, the main character, they didn't make her out to be like the chick from Revenge of the Fallen. Not Revenge
Megan
of the
Fox.
Fallen. No, not Megan Fox. The
Mega
Hangers.
Hangers.
the one after that, the Jaeger's daughter.
Oh, the one that they.
Oh
Yeah.
her.
Nikola Tesla? No, wait.
They didn't make it out to be like her. Charlie seems like a normal girl going through some stuff.
And they don't try to like portray her as the property of her parents or anything.
Yeah, she's not. She's just not. She's not like popular. She's just your average girl, I guess you could
So
say.
basically, she's Sam from the first movie.
Yeah.
Only with a lot less of no.
Yeah, I think she's
Well,
a
that
lot
was his
more
defining
likable than
character
Sam
trait,
was.
so-
Sam was unlikable.
Yeah.
So,
Sam was
Unrelatable.
unlikable, and it was hard to tell whether they were doing it on purpose or not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say. Like, there's a lot of things I want to say that I don't want to ruin the movie. There were a lot of things that we talked about prior to the movie that we were right about. So if you listen to us regularly and you go into the movie, you're probably going to know what to expect.
Okay. So
And that's why I guess there wasn't any like big surprises
That's good.
or anything like that. But it was a good movie, and I would take, I would recommend it to family and friends
I'll take the
have young
kids.
kids, and yeah.
So let me ask you the question this way, Diecast. You said that we were right about a lot of stuff. So going in and recognizing the beats that we called, would you say that made it feel like still an enjoyable experience? Like it wasn't a thing where you got to some point and recognized something that we had predicted and we're like, oh no, this is exactly what we said it was going to be.
No, nothing like that. Just one or two things that happened in the movie that we were right about.
so they weren't able to see John Cena.
We could see, and there was one. I guess I can talk about this because I think I saw this in one of the previews that they did for the movie, the latest preview, where John Cena goes, "They're called Decepticons. Is that not like a warning sign here?"
Oh,
that was
great.
funny.
That's great. No, so I was asking that question mainly because I remember my experience with Star Trek Nemesis, where months
God.
before the movie came out, I read a leaked script on the internet,
That's
and
no
I
way
read
that's
it one
true.
night. I read it one night because I read the first page or so, and it's like, wow, this is like bad fan fiction. This has to be fake. Let's see where this goes. And then flash forward to December, I think, of that year, and I'm in the theater watching. It's just like, oh shit, Riker and Troy are getting married. This is that script I read.
It's horrible. Yeah, that's such a horrible movie.
No, I like Nemesis.
Oh no, you're wrong.
Is he serious?
You're wrong.
No, I legitimately like. It's got Tom Hardy. Come on.
Oh no!
I am so tempted to hang up.
Jason,
Go ahead, screw up your recording.
Jason. Dark Knight Rises also has Tom Hardy.
That's you know what? That's actually a very valid point. I do not.
Hey,
So
hey,
did Venom.
hey. So does Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh my god, best movie ever.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Such a great movie. Okay, so Bumblebee. So very good. Go see it. Go see it 10 times because it's going to need your help if you want to see more Transformers movies. So if
you want to see more Transformers movies done by people that aren't Michael Bay, I think you should qualify that too.
I think any, honestly, because I don't expect to see them to make another Michael Bay blockbuster because they fail. But what I really worry about happening is if this movie bombs, they're going to say, well, we don't need to, we decided to make a good one and that didn't work. So let's go back to making garbage.
They probably just take a break for a while at that point.
That's
what's
true.
the point?
I don't think that would be the worst thing, to be honest. Well,
No.
as a media consumer, I don't think that'd be the worst thing. As someone who, hopes for the health of the brand overall, yes, that would be a bad thing.
Transformers, I would say, from my perspective, at least as from what I want and get out of Transformers. Transformers was at its strongest before the movie.
Financially, though?
Toy quality wise and what breadth and scope
But with the amount of money it was making.
Hey, the amount of money it was making didn't do a whole lot for the for what I want and got out of toys. In that Armada, Energon, Cybertron period, I felt that we had the biggest and broadest depth of product. After the movie, we got Generations continued, but classics started before the movie. I would make an argument that Transformers was at its best before the movie. Even though it was a lot of cash, it was infused into the product. No denying that. But for what I liked, you didn't really need the movie. But yeah, so go see it 10 times if you want to continue Transformers.
Yeah, I mean,
movies.
you're going to be in the theater seeing Spider-Man anyway, so
Yeah.
you might as well go see Bumblebee again while you're there.
This is true.
Yeah.
Make a
If
day
you
of
don't
it.
see the movie, the price of MP-44 is going to go up at least $100
At
before it comes
least,
out.
yeah. So okay, so what's this about the director doesn't believe the movie's a reboot?
Oh,
Producer
it's
doesn't believe it's a
producer.
reboot.
Yeah, Lorenzo di Bonaventura talked to Slash Film, and one of the topics was about whether they were whether Bumblebee was starting a reboot of it, and basically he said, I don't like the term reboot, I don't actually even understand what it means. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but it just, it's a lot of double talk kind of sounding thing.
Yeah, how do you not know what reboot means?
Yeah, if you're
Well,
a movie producer, how do you not understand the concept of a reboot?
Yeah.
And, also, if you're a movie producer, how can you not like the idea of a reboot?
Well, he's trying to hedge his bets because he doesn't know how it's
Yeah.
going to do. So
Yeah.
he doesn't want to say we're launching
Exactly.
a reboot when, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he can always
Yeah,
go
it's
back.
but the way it's presented just makes it sound so stupid
Yeah.
right now. It's the kind of thing where it'd be better to not say anything at all than to say nothing in the 2 paragraphs that he chose to articulate his nothing into.
Yeah.
Articulate.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes. Okay.
Although another interesting thing that came up is that he also apparently does not like the idea of Unicron as a plot element. So I think even if they do go back to the main blockbuster style series of Transformers movies, which I don't think they will, I would not expect to see the Unicron thing from The Last Night get
Please no.
fully developed.
God no.
Yeah.
I want that forgotten about.
Even if they don't reboot
Not
the
in-
entire. If they
not
don't
in
reboot
live
the entire
action.
movie series, reboot The Last Night. Just pick up the story after Age of Extinction and go from there. Pretend The Last Night didn't happen.
Unicron, even as an entity, other than in the comics, I guess the UK comics, Unicron is such a nothing. He's a non-entity. He's an empty suit.
Yeah. The best use of Unicron, I think, was Aspects of Evil.
Yeah. So, it's a big robot. Just make another big robot. You don't have to.
Or just don't even have a big robot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we like big robots. We cannot lie.
Well, not robots that big.
That's true. So
I think
go ahead.
I think the best thing we can hope for is hopefully that Spider-Verse does do really good. Hopefully this does okay enough because Travis Knight has said that he wants to see an animated. Hopefully Spider-Verse and that combined give us a good animated film, computer generated animated film
Yes.
on Cybertron with the character
All
models that they were showing.
Transformers.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? I would be fine if we never got another Transformers movie as long as we got good Transformers television shows.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I'd be fine with a competent production team and an animation house doing the CG all Cybertron movie as a direct-to-video thing. Even it doesn't have to be theatrical.
True.
Just, you could carry the same universe storylines, whatever you want to call it, and do that. It doesn't have to go to theater. You can market it more directly, like the DC animated movies. Those used to do well.
Those
used to be good.
They used to be good.
Those used to be good.
Or let Trigger do an anime, put it on Netflix, and it'll it'll be
no
great.
Trigger, no Trigger,
Yes,
please.
Trigger.
I've had enough. I've had enough Trigger.
So
Trigger.
Let someone else write it, preferably originally in English, and then let Trigger animate it.
Okay,
There you go.
okay, yeah, that would
That's fair,
work.
yeah.
That would help.
Oh yeah.
You should just give the whole thing to Machinima. That'll
Shut
oh
up.
dear God.
Hang up on
Well,
Diecast
I
right
can't.
now.
Please hang up on him. Please.
So
At least I would know going in. I don't have to watch it.
okay. So next thing, we were going to talk about this last week, and it was the album art for the episode, which I
noticed you made a quick change after the
I
fact.
had to make a quick change because when I was writing show notes, I'm like, oh,
Oh,
we
shoot.
didn't talk about this. So Generation Select Series, Ricochet, and Red Swoop up for pre-order from Entertainment Earth and other places, I guess, which you're buying from Entertainment Earth.
I think it's just an online exclusive. It's not like Entertainment Earth specific exclusive. I think they opened their pre-orders first, but
Everybody else is selling for like $2
various-
more.
Yeah, I thought it was an Entertainment Earth exclusive. It was actually listed as an Entertainment Earth
Yeah,
exclusive.
that's the email from Hasbro PR link to Entertainment Earth. But again, it may have just been because they were first. I don't know.
But yeah, Ricochet looks great.
Ricochet looks. They both look great. I need them both.
I like Ricochet, but just that something about that mold, like the way the chest transforms and there's a big gap in the flame decal.
Yeah,
detracts from it. It's not a deal killer. I've still pre-ordered the thing, but it just doesn't look right.
Well, the thing for me with Ricochet is that retail price on that Jazz is anywhere from $16 to $19. The recolor is running about $21 to $22. The Siege Target Masters are retailing at $6. You could have put a Siege Target Master in with this character and still have been at or less than the $29 that the Amazon price would have been for Repugnus or Punch Counterpunch. So it just seems odd to have this character that's known for being a Target Master not being able to have a Target Master when you have a $6 Target Master.
I don't need it.
Yeah,
though.
I don't think.
And
it's a big
new
deal.
fans probably don't need it either.
Don, they're giving me my Ricochet. Don't
I know,
go getting all
I'm
nitpicky.
just-
Don,
nitpicky.
most fans don't know that Stepper exists. But speaking of, so it really hurts my heart
Okay,
that
sorry.
that the wiki.
Wait, I'm sorry, but I think you're right that most fans don't know Stepper exists, but probably more know that Ricochet exists
Well,
since Hasbro milked the concept way the hell more than Takara
So
ever did.
two things. One, Matt's right. That gap is bothersome. I'm showing the art here, but it hurts my heart that the wiki, the title of this article, is not Stepper. It is Ricochet, and it says Ricochet, aka Stepper. Oh,
That's because that's how
I don't know.
Hasbro
like,
Oh,
markets.
good story.
Yeah, but like source material Stepper.
That's generally what I agree with too. But yeah,
So hurts my heart.
Hasbro markets it as Ricochet.
Yeah, I mean it's a better name, honestly. So, but yeah, okay. But yeah, most fans aren't familiar with like they know that he's like the golden black Jazz. So, okay. So yeah, this is coming out. Entertainment Earth like $20. Coming out when February? Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yep.
Sounds good.
So that's a quick turnaround.
Along with Red Swoop.
Yeah, that sure is a thing that exists now.
I'm happy about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
I'm
That's
happy with my
right around
cartoon
the same
colors
time
then.
as Movie Drift.
Oh,
with
yeah.
The,
Yeah.
so rampant speculation time. What do we want in selects coming up?
G2 Dinobots.
Well, we could theoretically get Counterpunch redecoed as Point Blank, like we were talking
Yes.
about.
True.
Yeah.
Please, if you're listening, Hasbro, yes.
So there's only 3 Dinobots that we'd have to get G2 Dinobots, but there's like 4 different colorations. I mean, there are different colorations for those too. So
In Siege, they're giving us Chromia and theoretically Green Light. They might as well throw Lancer in there.
yeah,
They could do that. But, I mean, one of those has to be the Combiner mold again, just to make it infuriating that the other
Huh.
two aren't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know how this works.
oh god. So if we're going,
And, the tooling exists for, the Wave Rider based Pretender Shell decoy armor? Because we saw that with the Grand Max pre-order solicit. Like, they could fit that in somewhere, too. Like, to Don's point about Ricochet not having a Target Master, that would have been a perfect place to just throw that in as an extra to get that tooling out there. Have the Prime Master armor as the Target Master, because that turns into a gun.
so if Selects is really popular, if that becomes like the new Platinum or whatever, we could, if they ever do box sets, we could get that G2 Defensor, or actually no, Guard City. Yeah, forget G2, Guard City.
I have
Why not
trouble
both?
Parque Nostos, yes.
I have trouble envisioning them doing a box set that big and expensive again.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the Hasbro Combiner box sets,
Okay.
especially the G2 ones, didn't sell as well as they were hoping, probably.
Yeah.
But they are doing Studio Series Constructicons, so
Yeah, but not as a box set. They're doing those as individual releases over the course of like 14 months, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they wanted to do G2, Protectobots and Guard City bots and Battle Gaia bots, all in single releases, I'd buy them.
They're leaving money on the table by not doing it. Why? You're leaving money, Hasbro, on the table. That's not really a Don accent. I don't know who that is.
No, it's not.
Would we get Grand Maximus in Select, you think?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Unlikely.
Yeah, I think everybody who wants Grand Max, for the most part, has Grand Max.
Metro Titan?
Oh, hey, they could repaint Cog into Grand Max's colors, though.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
was
Then you would have another Cog.
We don't have a Brave
staple
Max.
onto your other figures too.
Yeah.
What was the name of Cog in Grand Max?
I have no idea.
Don. Don. Chris has. This is a Don question. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, what were the Cog pieces called in the Grand Max release? This is something I actually don't know. So.
I don't know either. They were Gasket and Grommet in for Fortress Maximus, but right. I don't know what the names were for Grand Maximus. I never saw a translation of the materials surrounding the character, so I don't know if they kept the same names or not.
And of course, they didn't come with Brave Maximus at all, so that's not anything to wonder about.
Per the TF Wiki, the two component vehicles had different names, but the combined form of them was still Cog.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then. Hasbro, we want Cog in Grand Max colors.
And Brave
We
Max.
want Cog too.
And Brave Max, just for the heck of it.
Mirror Universe Cog, we want them.
Yeah, sweet. Okay. But I would take that. Hasbro USA Edition MP-44 Optimus announced. God, why? Just let us...
Cheaper, right?
No, I'm certain not.
Yeah, it is.
How much is it going to be?
Now, the pricing is pretty much in line with the other import prices.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like $10 cheaper, or
It's exactly the same kind of deal as MP-43 Megatron. It's an official import of it through Hasbro's distribution partners. Diamond's probably primarily handling it.
So it's cheaper.
And it's not going to be any cheaper, and it's going to be a month or more later.
So it's cheaper if you're getting it through Big Bad, but it's not cheaper if you're getting it through HLJ or Amazon.
Well, that's hard to say, because if you pre-order at the right time on Amazon, it's like $100 off list price. And if you pre-order it early enough, you usually get really cheap shipping, because they haven't determined what the shipping's actually going to cost, and they just stick with that cheap shipping that the early pre-orders give, because pre-order price guarantee, blah blah blah. So it probably is still cheaper to get off of Amazon Japan if you do it in the right time frame.
Yeah, hopefully I did.
Did you get it when it was 35,000 yen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that you got it in the right time frame.
Yeah. So, Don, what did you just pre-order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about the leaving money on the table thing, Don. I didn't realize it was that hurtful.
You are not.
I saw John's tweet on Twitter, and with shipping, it's still about $150 less than anyone in the United States.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
he's pre-ordering that. Okay. He's not angry with me, or maybe he's angry with me and pre-ordering that from Amazon.
There's no reason it can't be both.
Porque no los dos. Okay.
They're not mutually exclusive.
This is
So also in Canada, apparently MP-44 is going to be released through EB Games, which is just GameStop under the other branding up there.
Yeah.
And I made
$600.
So I made the incredibly on point joke that you can just take your whole video game collection into trade for that and get probably almost a quarter off the price.
Yeah.
and how many copies of Superman 64 is that?
I bet they don't even
All
take
of
that.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. Okay, so we have that, and what's this next thing? Leaked the photo tails from Generations 2019. So it's the transformation, right, and a couple other things.
Well, this is easier to follow than the equivalent for Masterpiece Dinobot last year.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's not like magic happens. It's still magic.
I mean, there's
but-
no stage of this where it looks like an exploded tater tot.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever fried a tater tot that was not quite at the right internal temperature and it just kind of blows up in the oil?
The funny thing is, Masterpiece Dinobot, if you're following along with like that stop motion video guy on YouTube, it was really easy to transform. But if you're looking at the instructions, it's like, what in the hell am I looking at?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking at these instructions and I still can't tell how to transform it.
I mean, there's a few places, especially where how the legs come together. I think they're leaving a few small steps out that would clarify the process.
Diecast, was it you that sent this to me? Like with the pointing out the legs? I think it was. It's craziness how his the cab sides go into the legs. It's just so weird. But it looks awesome in both modes.
What I can't figure out is in between steps 5 and 6, the truck's grill just kind of disappears.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that definitely goes somewhere.
Yep. It sure is a thing.
It's parts forming.
Well, maybe it just suddenly got really cold and it kind of retracted,
I'm just
grill
thinking
structure can't be rigid all the time.
How mad would everyone be if they paid $450 for this and it parts formed?
Yeah. So we have what's that joint called in the torso?
Torso joint.
Torso joint. Figure Arts have the spike spark plug and what? Yeah, the ab crunch. Yeah.
Yeah, ab crunch.
That's not an ab crunch.
And Carly, they all have that, which is crazy to me.
It's kind of stupid on a figure that size.
Now it just makes me realize I don't have TFTM or in season 3 Spike and Carly. And I just
hope they paint the eyes because that's one thing they never do on those little tiny figures.
I know, right?
Yeah, so if they tried to paint face details on, more likely and more often than not, they would be horribly mangled in the attempt. So it actually is a better presentation to have the face details omitted. And especially since you're mostly going to be seeing that from a distance anyway, unless you're examining it close up, it's not like it's glaring that there's no specific face detailing. And you can always add that on yourself if it really bugs you that much. Then it's your own fault if you mess it up.
So
or you wait for Dr. Wu add-ons.
Yeah.
I got the Dr. Wu figures, so...
has anybody made a season 3 Carly and Spike? In that scale?
So season 3 Spike came with Masterpiece Ultra Magnus, didn't it?
Did he? Okay, I'll have to dig it out.
Didn't Carly come with
Spike and Daniel? Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Carly come with Die Stack?
Oh dear God, Die Stack. Die Stack I actually have at the office and it hasn't exploded and hasn't cut anybody. Security hasn't come to my desk and told me that it was a safety hazard yet. So
if they only knew.
Well, OSHA probably hadn't inspected lately.
Yeah, OSHA. Yeah, it would be an OSHA violation.
They didn't pick it up. That's the problem. If they pick it up, you're done.
I'm done. I'll be given a box and walked out. Let's say okay. So more G1 reissues coming. Hasbro had a pull up and Astrotrain won.
Yeah, Astrotrain won the first round, and then it's I think Skywarp versus Thundercracker for round 2.
That pisses me off because
Skywarp won round 2, so it's Skywarp versus Astrotrain now.
I don't want either of those. I don't want either. I don't care. I don't need more of them.
We've had them all.
Someone on Twitter made a good point. Apparently, Hasbro has not done an animation colors Astrotrain yet, so they could totally do that, and it would still be new and valid.
Has Hasbro done a toy? Do we have a toy color reissue of Astrotrain? An American toy, not there's the white Astrotrain.
Yeah, I don't think there's been that either.
Yeah, that's right. The Bloodwing and Astrotrain recolors were weird.
Yeah. That was flywheels and mock tackle color.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the original, the Japanese.
Yeah, no, I don't think Hasbro did accurate colors either way. So I mean, there's still a way they can do this, and it'll still be a new thing.
So I don't expect them to do new molds. So I'm not. I mean, I don't expect that. But Thundercracker and Skywarp were pretty boring. You know, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, no, I mean,
at the
it's
same
probably gonna be
time,
after-
everybody who bought Starscream will buy a Thundercracker and Skywarp.
I already I already have them, and I'll buy them again. I mean, I you know, like, I'm a sucker.
Well, my theory on this, and yes, Brian, you are a sucker, but my theory on this is that much like the fan choice generations for Siege, like everything on the poll is something that's queued up to come out eventually.
Yeah.
Through one means or another, and this is just determining, okay, this is going to be what's first, and then we'll slot the others in as space permits.
This one definitely, because we've all seen these in reissues already.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
that's what we're saying.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. These are already viable and accessible molds. I think if these reissues through Walmart do well, and we should point out here that apparently the winners of this poll will not be released until sometime in 2020.
Yeah.
But if these do well, it's possible that reissues we haven't seen before, they could try to revitalize some other molds for reissue that would be newer versus just getting reruns of stuff that's been in Encore and previous Hasbro reissues. Apparently when they did Platinum Triptychon, they had to recreate a fair portion of the individual mold elements for parts of that. So it's not something that they're not willing to do if they think that there's a good enough reason to make that leap.
So they have reissued like all of the Autobot cars except for like Mirage, right? Or close to it.
No Sunstreaker, no Mirage, because the molds are lost for both of those.
Yeah.
They'd have to completely re-engineer.
Did they do
those
They didn't do side. Did they do Sideswipe?
Yeah, there was Sideswipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but like those those are out there somewhere. I would like to see Ultra Magnus. That's out there. They it's been a while since
that's something that's been long enough where it would feel like a fresh thing if it was reissued again. But damn the price point on that.
Yeah.
Power Master Optimus Prime. I'm looking at my reissues.
Damn the price point on that too.
I mean, this like the
'cause
Insecticons
That's
again.
like solid.
I mean, I would like to see those again before any of these. There's a lot. Like,
So we had the Platinum Insecticons at Kmart in the last 3 years.
oh, okay. Yeah, I never saw those. But yeah,
And those
you're
were
right.
$80.
Oh God, you're right. Okay, well,
And just to correct myself, Skywarp is currently winning. He has not won yet.
okay,
So
okay.
save your emails, everyone.
I like between the two. I don't care. They're the same toy. Blue, purple.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. I already have it, but I'll get it again.
And again, if they release one of those Seekers, they'll release the other one eventually.
Yeah.
It's not like it's
And-
ruling out
and-
any of these other toys.
And Thrust Sturgeon Ramjet eventually.
Yeah, because those they have those too.
2023.
Yeah. So, hey, new stuff is coming. So,
Although, I mean, on one level, I'm actually kind of glad that they're saying these are for 2020 because it makes it sound like they're not planning to flood the market with wave after wave of reissues in a short time frame, which I think would basically just destroy any interest and make shelf poison.
Or they already have everything picked out that they're going to do for next year.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do, but it's probably still going to be a small number of things
Oh yeah.
to hang out for a longer stretch of time. And I'm sure part of that is Walmart's call too. They don't want to take a risk on committing to 5 or 6 assortments of this when instead, we'll do 3 or 5 toys for the year, maybe each one in its own assortment.
so
Astrotrain would have to be a separate assortment too from any of the other ones because it's a different size toy.
I'm just say right now, my Walmarts have a whole lot of hot rods on the shelves.
Yes, well, you can go to Walmart.com right now and get one for under $15 online only,
holy crap!
but ship to store for free.
So, people in the chat are talking about different things like Unicron trilogy reissues, which I'd be fine with. There's tons of opportunity. Captain Rufus
Megatron.
mentioned reissue Mask, which would be funny. But one here though, Captain Rufus mentioned was reissuing Reflector. Now I don't know if that mold exists. Now knockoff companies have that mold, and they've done work to it. But that's such a crappy toy. G1 Reflector is the problem with Reflector. Most collectors would see it and they wouldn't know what it is. because
I mean, cameras, they're still cameras.
yeah. But Reflector is one of the toys that diverges so far from the cartoon that was made from it that it's just it's like worse than Ironhide and Ratchet. So
because they're at least the right colors.
They're the right colors and vague shapes.
I mean, I guess you could theoretically have them do a Reflector reissue in cartoon colors.
It would still look wrong.
Yeah, but the colors would match.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You can only do so much.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that can be reissued that doesn't have to be G1, and G1 toys aren't usually that great. So
no, I like the G2 Megatron idea though.
Yeah. Big stick, all for it. Okay.
Megatron attack.
Megatron attack. Listen to the voice of doom. Megatron attack. Such a great commercial. So if Takara wants to send me the G-Shock Cross Transformers Optimus Prime, I would love that. But we have new photos. I still want it. I want the watch though, not the version without the watch.
I don't really care about the watch that much. Plus, you can put other watches in it.
I could.
There's pictures of that if you keep going.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and you can see it side by side with Siege Optimus, and it is basically a leader-sized toy.
Yeah, I really want this.
Yeah, go to the picture at the end. There's a really good-looking watch in the cavity there.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it. Yeah. Interesting how what it'll hold. Is this? I guess this is somewhat flexible to where you can, or they're just squeezing.
Maybe.
Yeah, they mentioned that it was designed that way in the one interview that I posted, that it was designed to kind of close around a couple of different models of watch.
And how much is this version, or the version without the watch?
About $150.
Yeah.
Is that for pre-order right now?
You can probably find it somewhere. It's going to be a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive.
I saw it on Taobao.
I bet.
How much?
HLJ maybe.
I don't know.
It'd be kind of funny if it would fit like the Autoceptor or one of the Chronoform watches.
Yeah.
Oh.
It would be kind of a interesting way to have a robot in a robot.
I always said I would pick up Pen Convoy, and I never did. I will pick this up at some point.
Yeah, maybe at BotCon. Oh wait.
yeah. Pick
TFCon though.
Pick up him.
Oh right, you can't go to TFCon this year either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
But you know what? TFCon, it's good for people on the West Coast.
TFCon this year in 3 months.
Right. Okay. So I will figure out how to reissue how to pre-order that. What piece? XCO2 Cadmos MP style Star Saber. Don't we have a Masterpiece Star Saber? Do we really need another one?
Well, this is a different style.
Yeah, this is IDW.
Is it?
Planet X.
The good Star Saber.
Okay. That's surely.
I mean, it's certainly not, straight up victory Star Saber. I don't think it's really that IDW though.
Yeah.
Kind of borrows, yeah.
Just saying, IDW Star Saber is my favorite Star Saber.
We have a lot of Star Sabers coming out because we have that Flame Toys Star Saber too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which I would rather spend $450 on over Prime, but that's me.
This isn't something I need. It doesn't look bad.
I remember the design renders for this showing the Saber robot by itself, and that didn't look good.
But looking at the IDW design again, I definitely see it now. I just hadn't looked at that design in a while.
Okay, hey, so guess what? Christmas is coming up, and you know that you have yet to get all the Christmas gifts that you need to buy. But you know where you can do that. Go to tfradio.net/Amazon from Amazon. So, go to your browser right now, even if you don't buy anything, just for me. Go to tfradio.net/Amazon. Just type it in, and maybe hit refresh a couple times. And then maybe buy something tomorrow. or, within 24 hours, that would help out too. Hey, just occasionally during the week, go to tfradio.net/Amazon, even if you're not buying anything. And, there's a lot of stuff that we got to cover here soon. So tfradio.net/Amazon.
Tax season.
We thank you, and we thank Amazon, and we thank our listeners. Skype. God.
No, we don't really thank Skype that much. It doesn't deserve
We have
it.
to.
Yeah. So, hey, oh yeah, buy a shirt too. tfradio.net/shirts. If you like the DTOF Club shirt, which is right now our #1 seller.
So good.
Until
If they ever get the other designs John submitted, it would be great.
I know, they're awesome. But the DTOF Club shirt is currently our most popular shirt. It is a pretty slick looking shirt if you're into wrestling and DTOFs. Hey Rob, what's on in Transformers? What's on TFormers this week?
What we've got on TFormers this week is, I believe it's Jack's review of the of Bumblebee, which I have not read because it contains spoilers. Just warn everybody. But it's it's there.
It's there. Check it out. It's not. It's
exactly.
It's the best Transformers movie, he said, but still not the Transformers movie that he wants.
Exactly.
The thing is, I don't know what Transformers movie I want.
I think I just don't.
I think I'm there too. Thinking about it, I've been in this, to me, Star Trek is the ideal, TV property. And there's, also movies, and some of the movies I really love, some of them I don't. But even if I didn't like the movies, I have the TV to fall back on. Transformers is kind of the same way, except I don't like any of the movies. And, I like them in varying degrees. Some of them are horrible, some of them are passable. But if I could get a Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan of Transformers, I could die happy.
I can't even imagine what that would look like.
Mm-hmm. Well, so here's the thing. So you have years of history leading up to Star Trek II, because it certainly wasn't, the momentum didn't start with the motion picture.
No.
So Transformers has years and years and years of history that you can draw from. So even with the crummy movies, you could have one good movie that could really stand out. So all hope is not lost. So
yeah.
On the other hand, you could end up with Star Trek 2009, Into Darkness and Beyond.
Or Nemesis.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Nemesis after this.
Nemesis is so horrible. Oh,
Or
God.
hey, you could end up with Star Trek 5.
I love Star Trek 5. It's not good.
Exactly.
It's good for all the wrong reasons.
Yes.
It's so quotable. I quote Star Trek 5 all the time. All the time. But yeah, no, Nemesis is horrible. Insurrection, I remember, I was in the show, I promise you. But Insurrection...
Fine, I think everybody's fine with this.
Insurrection was, not great. But I remember in the interview stuff leading up, it might have actually been on the DVD for Nemesis. Brent Spiner was doing an interview, and he just flat out said the Insurrection was bad. And then he was talking about how great Nemesis was going to be. You're a liar, Brent Spiner. You're a liar.
Calling out Data. Woo.
You're a liar.
Insurrection was a pretty good action movie disguised as Star Trek.
Yeah. Insurrection isn't great, but it is so much better than Nemesis.
Yeah.
Insurrection was a good episode that they stretched out to.
That's exactly right. It is an episode that was made in the movie form. Nemesis is just horrible.
The only thing I liked about Insurrection was the Admiral was played by Anthony Zerbe, who was from Young Riders, who I think is a really good actor. But it was just so. The space battles was fine. On the planet was like.
Wait,
The 3 seconds of space battles.
Wait, are we talking about
showed?
Insurrection still, Don?
Huh?
And talking about Insurrection still?
Yeah.
Insurrection's got a dune buggy. That is awesome.
No, Nemesis has
Nemesis
has a
Oh, God. I thought it was Insurrection. Okay.
Suck it, Brian.
Oh.
See, that
That's
that
the one
was
good-
another thing that made me think that script I read was fake because there was this whole sequence of Picard, Worf, and Data in this jeep on a planet.
Also, apparently you can blame Patrick Stewart for that. He was the one who wanted to do the dune buggy.
Well,
scene
so he was
thing.
smiling in that scene.
And you know what? If the rest of Nemesis wasn't so terrible, if the actual story of Nemesis wasn't so terrible, that dune buggy scene would be like the beginning of Nemesis being the Star Trek V of the TNG.
Yes, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Like, but the premise is it's ripped, of course, from Star Trek 2. It's like the dueling geniuses thing. It's just so terrible. It's just so terrible. Okay, so you can find us in show notes, everything at tfradio.net/600.
Well, I mean, okay, hold on. We're not done yet. Okay. So Insurrection is just really, Picard being a giant hypocrite about, forcing the Baku or whatever
Baku,
out of their chosen homeland after the crew of the Enterprise forcibly removed all the Maquis from their adopted homelands.
Yeah.
In season 7?
6.
Yeah, 7.
Was it 7? Okay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the Maquis at that point. It was just a planet full of Native American settlers.
Yeah. So it was fine then, but in Insurrection, it's bad.
Captain Picard isn't perfect. In fact,
Apparently not.
In fact, I think there's a lot of rose-tinted glasses that make people remember Picard more fondly than probably they should. He is, of course, no Captain Benjamin Sisko. And, of course, he's also no Captain James Tiberius Kirk.
Nope.
Nor is he
Kirk was very
Captain Janeway.
competent.
He's also not Admiral Janeway.
He didn't drink enough coffee, no.
No, he's not, yeah.
I would still pick Picard over Kirk, though.
I wouldn't. I'll pick Sisko and Kirk over Picard. But Picard is...
Cisco's up there for me.
Cisco's my favorite. Than Kirk.
Cisco's absolutely the top pick.
Yeah.
He's the emissary. I mean,
He's the emissary of the prophets. Yeah.
He is the Cisco.
He's the Sisko.
I would have liked to see more Captain Sulu.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I think there is a novel series based on that concept, but it's not the same.
It's a big ship.
Yeah, I want to see Captain Sulu.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little late for that now, but I would have liked to see Captain Sulu.
Not so big as his captain.
Don't mention that one episode of Voyager Dawn, I swear.
Okay.
And that's one thing I liked about Undiscovered Country was Captain Sulu teaming up with Captain Kirk and, having the climax of the movie be the Enterprise and the Excelsior together.
So great.
Yep.
Like, that was a really good sign-off
It's
for
my
that.
second
Target
favorite Star
that
Trek movie.
explosion and fire.
Yes.
God, I love that movie. I have it on Blu-ray.
I love Undiscovered Country.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
When I was a kid, I could not get into it because a lot of the nuance went over my head at that point. But with years and years of rewatching Star Trek and picking up more and more about what all the characters were about and everything, like Star Trek 6 is just the perfect wrap up to their story.
You know what we should do?
I love that.
We should just get together once a week, not even record it, but just talk about Star Trek.
Oh,
we already kind of do that. It's called Radio Free Cybertron.
Yeah, that's true.
I do that Monday night too, to be honest with you. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So again, show notes for this episode at tfradio.net/600.
Happy anniversary, everybody. We have always been like this and will always be like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can find us at tfradio.net and 599 other episodes and other episodes of other shows that we've done, like our Star Trek show that we don't do anymore, and our Power Ranger show that we don't do anymore, and 5 or 6 wrestling shows that we don't do anymore, and a comic book show that we don't do anymore, and
Video game podcast that we don't do anymore.
yeah.
Well, it should totally come back, right, John?
John's not here, so
Well, yeah,
He's listening.
he's listening.
yeah, but it's not the same when he can't just cut in out of nowhere and say, "No, I don't have any idea what you're talking about." What?
Yeah.
Back to Street Fighter.
Yeah, very true. So hey, it's a lot of fun talking about Star Trek and Transformers. So we'll continue doing it another 600 episodes. We're on Twitter at TF Radio and on Facebook at facebook.com/TF Radio, and of course we are on Twitch at TF Radio. So there's lots of ways to find us. I am personally on Twitter at BKilby and on Instagram at Brian Kilby, and I forgot to throw to Don for what's on the network. Hey, there's an episode of RPG LL
Well, way to take the wind out of Don's sails.
That's the only like we're talking about all the shows that we're not doing anymore. Like like that on what's on the network segment made a lot more sense when we had 75 shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that certainly went from, flood to famine pretty much overnight.
Yeah, maybe. So I want to introduce some new segments for 2019. Maybe remove some or make some less frequent.
Yeah, we could probably get rid of This Week in History.
Well, This Week in History, I think I don't want to retire it, but I think it needs to become a not every week thing. It needs to big anniversaries. We need to talk about stuff.
Yeah, whenever there's actually something important happened
Yeah, so I'm fine with that. I want to reintroduce a trivia style segment. We've done a few of those over the years. I want to reintroduce that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll rethink. Maybe we'll give Don another segment.
How about a Star Trek trivia segment?
That could be a post show.
There you go.
Yeah. So maybe we'll. Hey Don, what segment would you want to do going forward? We haven't done a Don Deal for a while. Maybe Don Deal is just a segment now.
Yeah, it's possible. Or just, we could do just a listener question on Light News Week. I could do that as a listener question thing. Because the people in the chat seem to enjoy it, and the people that watching live seem to enjoy it.
We could do that. We could have Don answer chat questions or email questions.
Sort of take my show and break it up into segments, so that way we can add or replace as need be based on the news load.
Yeah, if there's a segment or something that we've done in the past, besides Bad Poets Corner, that you would like to hear come back.
Yeah, why did you stop doing that?
Complaints from the listeners. That was one that I was doing for myself.
Well, I think there was also complaints from the cast too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. People who liked it really liked it, but that was 4 people.
And you were 3 of them?
Yeah. So, yeah. So that segment went away.
You should just make that part of the Happy Daily.
I could make that part of the Happy Daily.
Speaking of doing things that only you care about.
True.
Yeah.
Before we go, I just wanted to mention I messed around with X-Transbots Wildrider. Oh man, it's so nice. This is probably the best figure X-Transbots have ever done.
It's so boring looking.
I really like
it. But it's Wildrider. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're going for the cartoon model look, it's gonna be boring looking.
Yeah.
It's solid. It holds together well.
It's like the aerial bots. They're boring.
They're boring
to
as
look
hell.
at,
Yeah.
But they're the Combiner Wars versions were good toys. But the aerial bots, they're going to be boring by default because it's white and red and white.
This is a damned if you do, damned if you don't thing. If they add their own flourishes to it, why the hell are you adding your own flourishes to it? But if they're doing it straight up, it should look like, why the hell is it so boring? So yeah.
Yeah, Rodimus Supreme's asking in the chat. Don Deal was probably going to happen. It's just it was real hard to do on a weekly basis because there just wasn't enough to really for me to talk about.
There wasn't enough meat on that bone.
Yeah, there's not enough meat on that
bone. There wasn't enough money to leave on the table.
Yeah, so it'll happen, but it'll happen as needed as a time as a replacement for on low news weeks or something say if we needed to talk about the MP-44 price and we wanted to do it, maybe that'd be a good it's a Don Deal or something like that.
Or we could not talk about the MP-44 price ever again.
I'm just saying if
it's horrible.
I got you.
I'm just saying something along those lines. Let's say when Beast Wars Rattrap comes out and it's $350 because
it'll be $80.
Yeah.
Cheetor's still $100 and Rattrap should be a little smaller.
Okay, so the Cheetor reissue is supposed to be coming out in early-ish 2019, and apparently the price of that has gone up.
I saw it post for $100 today. The Big Bad mailer I got. It's
was he less than $100 originally, or was
it?
It was $89, I think.
Oh, I guess it could go up then. So I think Rattrap would be smaller. I mean, would be less expensive. Maybe not.
They're going to say, well, there's more engineering in it, so we had to.
Well, that's true. That's true. Could be.
Well,
go ahead.
I'm the only other Beast Wars figure I'm planning on getting right now because I dropped my Megatron pre-order.
Supreme Cheetor.
What?
Yeah, I just really didn't want to put that much into it. Not with some other stuff coming out.
No,
but
I can't even do it. No.
But I really want Tigatron, and I'm afraid with them having to. I mean, they can use the Cheetor basic skeleton to a degree, but Tigatron's going to have to be a lot beefier of a figure.
It's the original toy is the same mold, though, right? Isn't it?
Yeah. The original toy is. I'm just saying.
But the cartoon models are two completely different sizes. They would
and Masterpiece toys are now animation.
Yeah, so it's going to be. He's going to be a lot.
And especially with Beast Wars, the only reason to do Masterpiece Beast Wars is to do animation accuracy. Sorry, Don.
That's fine. No, so I mean, Tigatron is one of the very few I know I'm going to be getting. It's just. I love Beast Wars. It's just I just don't want to put that much into that Megatron. When Transmetal 2 Megatron is the one,
I will buy both.
I'd rather have.
And I want Transmetal Rattrap.
You're all assuming that Masterpiece is still going to be a thing that exists after a $350 Megatron and a $450 Optimus Prime.
Don, did you say Transmetal or Transmetal 2 Megatron?
Transmetal Megatron.
I thought you said Transmetal 2. My heart skipped a beat for a second.
Well, no, I did get, thanks to some Dononomics, I do have the Transmetal 2 Perfect Effect Megatron coming, and after some working out some coupon codes and some other sales and stuff, I've got about 85 in it.
That's not bad.
I figure for about $85 out of pocket after selling what I sold, that's a really great looking representation of Transmetal 2 Megatron.
Beast Wars is still probably my favorite Transformers. It's hard to say, but honestly, the only Masterpiece toy besides the Transmetal Optimus and Megatron that I really, really want would be Transmetal Cheetor, maybe like Rampage, and maybe Depth Charge, maybe Inferno. Okay, never mind. There's a ton.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. Probably Tigatron and Tarantulas.
Oh, an Aireazer.
I would like to see them pull off a Tarantulas.
I'd be down for a season 1 Rattrap just because it seems like it'd be an interesting engineering challenge. Whereas Transmetal Rattrap, you can hide the whole robot in the shell, basically. Yeah. All you gotta do to make that better than the original toy is be able to make the backpack spin when it goes into robot mode, and that's not going to be that big of a deal.
That original toy is fine. And
exactly.
Masterpiece Cheetor is fine. I mean, pardon me, Transmetal Cheetor is fine. I just want another shot at that because it's such a beautiful toy.
Yeah, I mean, the Transmetals were so close between show and the original toys that there wasn't a lot of differentiation. So the only real reason would be to fill in those little gaps and just, go for something a little bit bigger and more detailed and have that idealized version. But, I mean, there's not a whole lot there more you can do than what the toys were originally anyway. That's why the Season 1 stuff's more interesting to me. Sorry, Don.
That's fine. The one thing that I want to see a third party do that no one else will, it won't ever happen for mainline. I want to see them try to pull off a Botanica, an honest to God serious attempt at pulling off Botanica. That could be a really interesting.
You don't even like Beast Machines.
No, but I'm saying the character of Botanica is very interesting.
No, she's not.
And we keep talking about her philosophy and stuff like that. So I'm just saying.
You hate that show. Why do you care?
Because it's a character that we would never get otherwise, and we keep talking about how we're tired of 84, 85, 86. That we'd be thinking outside the box.
There's so much other stuff besides that.
Yeah, okay. But I'm saying you can't get much more out of the box than that.
Okay, so if we're talking about Beast Machines now, Masterpiece Viacon Thrust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
Actually, Thrust is my favorite Beast Machines character, hands down, far away.
I know.
And one of my favorite characters ever. But if I was going to get a Masterpiece toy, I probably would want Tankor. I think Tankor would make a more fun toy. But
maybe
Thrust, I love Thrust so much.
So we will end the show eventually.
It's the 600th episode, so what?
Well, 600 episode goes for 600 minutes. So there.
10 hours.
No, one tangent for every previous episode.
Oh God.
Yes. we're gonna be a while.
Or no, one tangent for every previous co-host.
We're still going to be here for a while.
There were so many people on like the original version of the show. I'll go back and listen. I found the one that Captain Rufus was on recently that ended up being post-show content a few weeks ago. If he's still in the chat,
He is.
like that was like 2000 or 2001, something like that.
He's in the chat and talking about Tequila Gundam.
Oh, cool. So yeah.
I want that new G Gundam box set.
Oh,
I do too. Yes.
real quick. So I will end it. Right. I'll shut up. So, but the coworker that I really broke his heart by telling him that I hated Gundam Wing. Monday was his birthday. So I don't know if you guys seen the Onion article about like in an office people handing around birthday cards like they're like some sort of covert mission, but that is the most accurate thing ever. Like birthday cards get passed around and you try to hide it. But like on his, the only note was Gundam Wing is better than I give it credit for. Happy birthday.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you give him the G Gundam box. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Retro Fort says now talk about Voltron.
I
do the
Vehicle
podcast about
Voltron is
that.
the best.
I've not watched it since I was a kid. I couldn't tell you a thing about Voltron other than Peter Cullen does like the voiceover, doesn't he?
Do we have one more season to go with that? Or
Yeah.
are we done?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there was one more.
Oh,
I still haven't watched the last season.
I can talk about the new She-Ra cartoon. Showed it to my girls once. They didn't like it. I forced them to watch it again, and now they absolutely, utterly love it. They don't call it She-Ra. They call it Adora. Can we watch Adora? And it hurts my heart a little bit when they say, can we watch the real Adora? When I'm trying to make them watch the old one. And I'm like, no, this is the real one. What you're watching is a copy. But like,
I'm
that's
pretty sure they said they like it, so you'd stop showing it to them.
no, but they love it. No, they want to watch it. Yeah. So
Next Brian will inflict the new adventures on them to see what happens to them.
but I pulled back on the like, no, this is the real one because it's whatever is that whatever they like. It's that's what's important to them. They don't like the original at all, and honestly, I don't blame them. Going back and trying to watch it.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you take original Thundercats and the Cartoon Network Thundercats, I mean, the newer one's better in like every way.
Even though there's so much talent working on like He-Man and She-Ra, it's just they haven't aged well because the level of sophistication of animation and cartoons is so much higher now than it was then.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Well,
they
and
used
Funimation
to,
didn't try.
well, and they used to have to crank out how many episodes a year as opposed to the 13 they do now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's the girls love the new She-Ra, or as they call it, Adora.
Well, Brian, if you get a chance to show it to the girls for something new, see if they like watching Miraculous Ladybug.
I don't even know what that is, Don.
It's a Korean produced show set in France with a female lead. It's very fun. Got a lot of charm to it. The kids may like it.
So I found a bunch of really crappy Hanna-Barbera cartoons on Amazon. They're like lower tier shows like Shirt Tales, which I didn't even remember was Hanna-Barbera.
Oh God, I remember.
They sell those. They sell those like print on demand DVD-R. So I'm going to order like the DVD-R copy of the Shirt Tales cartoon, and I just got Heathcliff for like $12. And I'll be honest with you, I love Heathcliff cartoon.
No one should.
Yeah, I love. It's like the complete series for $12. Like the 17-year-old me who should have been out like with girls and stuff would have killed to have Heathcliff, the whole series on DVD.
Oh, Brian, you've got to get them Garfield and U.S. Acres. You've got to get them Garfield.
They don't like it. They don't like it.
They don't like U.S. Acres.
No. They watch Garfield and it's like the movie's so much better, and I'm like my inner child is screaming at them.
U.S. Acres is hilarious. I love it.
Yeah.
This all just makes me feel so much better about the fact that I showed my son Ghostbusters last weekend.
Oh,
You should feel good about that.
I do. I am winning this conversation. I've only said like 5 words.
Yeah. They've watched Ghostbusters. They like it. Yeah.
Well,
Of course, because they're people.
Yeah.
Are you going to try to find Extreme to show them Extreme somewhere?
No, I'm not saying the real Ghostbusters. They watched the Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Yeah.
with Ray Storch and
No, the movie.
No, the
okay.
movie Ghostbusters.
Okay, I was still thinking animation.
No. So they watched
No,
that.
I
should
totally
find,
showed my 3-year-old son the movie.
You should find G.I. Joe Extreme to show the kids.
I've got it. I don't have to find it. I've got it on a hard drive somewhere.
Of course.
Yeah. So, okay. Hey, so Rob Springer can be found at on zonebase.org or Rob Springer on Twitter. And John D is at John D everywhere. Chris is at playwiththisphotography.com. Is that right?
Playwithphotography.com.
You might want to buy Play With This Photography real quick.
This photography
Play with
right
photography.
here, damn it.
Hey, you know what you need? You need the Nikon Coolpix P1000.
Why?
So you can take photos of Saturn.
Why?
Because it's awesome.
At this point, Brian's just trying to extend the show.
And he's at Twitter at ChrisRTXV. Jason's at jasonsKirk.com.
And I also, I also have a podcast that's about wrestling and Star Trek. So if the last half hour has been of any interest to you, go listen to my
And
show.
the episode
Wrestling
has
on
it
the Edge of
po-
Press.
We didn't even talk about wrestling.
Has episode 8 posted yet? Or 7?
Yeah, it posted just when the show started.
Let me go download it real quick. So
Oh, so you're trying to compete with us, is what you're saying?
no, it's not live.
I just want to
stream.
make sure it's there. I just want to make sure it's there for the plugs.
And Twitter at Jason S. Kirk, soon to be named Network. Also, yeah. Matt is an awesome guy. Diecast is at Diecast2 on Twitter. And at RFC Reviews on YouTube. You can find that at tfradio.net/reviews. Did you have any reviews up this past week?
No, not that I remember.
Let's see here. Don.
I was training a dog.
Oh, yeah. Well, how your dog peed like on the floor right before the show. So how was it going?
Not
It was
great.
going okay till today.
I'm sorry. Let's see here. Rob's at Flail Throughs on Twitter. Also, and YouTube, and on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
So So Gundam Breakers, is that what you're still playing?
Gundam Battle Operation 2,
Oh.
which is slightly different. Gundam Battle Operation 2 is a free-to-play Gundam shooter that is only available on Japanese PSN, but is available in English.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a decent game, though the big ranked event we just went through was a real pain in the ass for not a lot of benefit.
And Chris is also, Play With Photography is also on Patreon, right?
Yes.
Play with
Awesome.
this photography.
Play With This. So I'm confusing
Yeah,
it
so
for...
that's going to be the first Patreon goal, is to raise the money to buy Play With This Photography.
I'm confusing it for Rick's thing, aren't I? Play With This too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
Oh,
likely.
yeah.
That's, yeah. So Don is on Twitter at HMRC4EVR. If you know what that means, you're old, but also awesome. And Don, are you on the other podcast anymore?
I haven't been on TFYLP for a while. It's just a scheduling thing with them. With them being earlier than I can get off work, it's difficult to be on sometimes. I'm still a member. It's just scheduling issues.
So if you want to be the
You've attained Rob Springer's status with TFYLP.
yeah, that's true.
I'm
You're
not
still
quite
part
that.
of the family. You just have a hard time being on as much as you want to.
Yeah, it's good.
If you-
That's a good way of putting it.
What that means is if you want to start the 975th Transformers podcast that's currently being produced today, Don is open for hosting slots.
I'll pretty much do most any podcast as long as it's something I'm interested in. I'll just if you got a podcast idea, float it by me. If you can stand my connection and my dropping issues and everything else.
So I'm being told that we're 6 minutes away from 2 hours, But I run Truncate Silence, so that is just dashed. Sorry, guys. I think we're done.
Is it though? Because there's always random noises and stuff that pop up.
Dude,
if you set the truncate thing correctly, it will filter
True.
out the random noise and keep all the speech.
Well, yeah. So my post processing stack takes care of all of that, guys. So doesn't take care of Don doing this thing here or this. Hey, Don. It doesn't take care of that.
I haven't done a thing.
I know you haven't.
Oh my god!
But it takes care of everything else. So we'll be back next week, episode 601. Thank you guys for being here.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
That actually
I truncated that.
Yeah.
I truncated like 10 minutes out of a podcast I just posted when I did it the other day. So yeah, I know it does screw with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had some weeks with superhero time where I would cut like 35 minutes by removing silence.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
well,
because Paladin was always muted.
Yeah, Jason, you never really had the experience of recording with us in the old days, and yeah, that certainly was.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a good night. It's been a very long day for me, and I am going to bed.
Good night, Don. You're the best.
Good night, Don.
Y'all take care. Everyone take care. Good night, chat.
Me too. I think I'm gonna follow Don.
Okay, so I guess we did
Yeah.
post show pretty much in the show.
Yeah, we did.
yes.
Yeah.
I truncate every night. Hey, people watching live, thank you for being here. We love you. You're the best.
We had about a 20-minute Star Trek talk.
Yeah,
five-ish
as part of our
minutes.
45-minute outro to the show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we had to explain why Nemesis was so bad.
Yeah.
It's true.
I don't think we did a good job of that, but
It's bad.
sure, whatever.
B4, yes.
Yeah, but we didn't even get into that.
People watching live, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, so we'll see you later. You're the best.
Welcome.
We'll stop talking about Star Trek now, so you don't miss anything.
Yeah.